Welcome back, grade 9. In this period, we will continue the exercise 2.5, starting from question 4. In the previous period, we completed until question 3 from the lesson Algebraic Identities. So question 4 is to expand the identities. The first identity, or the term given to you, is x plus 2y plus 4z whole power 2. As I told you, there are two tasks in this lesson. First is to understand the identity, and second is to check which identity to be followed in each question. Here we have three terms, so it is like x plus y plus z whole power 2, and the expansion was x square plus y square plus z square plus 2 times the first term and the second term we multiply. Again, 2 times the second and the third we multiply. Again, 2 times the first and the last we multiply. This is the expansion of this identity. So let us see how does it work here. Square of the first term plus square of the second term. As I'm informing you always, whenever you have a number and letter, put them in the bracket so that you are not ignoring or forgetting about squaring both the terms. Plus 2 times first term multiplied by the second term plus 2 times second term multiplied by the last term plus 2 times first term multiplied by the last term again, which is equal to x square plus 4y square plus 16z square plus 4xy plus 16yz plus 8xz. And we can't simplify it anymore. Let's see what's the next question. 2x minus y plus z. Again, it's the same. We have three terms. So the square of the first term plus the square of the second term. Even if you have a minus, it will get vanished at this stage. Plus z power 2. Because you have a minus, I put them in a bracket. Plus 2 times first term multiplied by the second term. If you have minus, take it with you. Plus 2 times second term multiplied by the third term plus 2 times first term multiplied by the last term, which is equal to 4x power 2 plus y square. Negative will get cancelled with the power 2. Z square minus, because plus times minus is minus, 4xy minus 2yz plus 4xz. That's all. We can't simplify this anymore. Now let us see the third part of the same question. Again, we have three terms, so we can rewrite square of the first term. So negative 2x power 2 plus second term square plus third term square plus 2 times first term, remember to take minus with you, times the second term plus 2 times second term times third term plus 2 times first term times the last term, which is equal to, negative will get cancelled, so 4x squared plus 9y squared plus 4z squared, plus and minus will be minus, 2 times 2 times 3 will be 12xy. There is no minus, so it is plus 6 times 2 is 12yz. You have a minus, so it is minus 4 times 2, 8xz. That's the final answer. Let's move on to the last part of the same question. Again, we have three terms, so we can rewrite square of the first term, plus the square of the second term. The negative should be in the bracket, again in the bracket, plus 2 times first term times the second term, plus 2 times second term times the last term, plus 2 times first term times the last term. These negatives are very important, and don't forget to take it with you. And here it will be 9a square, negative will get cancelled, 49b square plus c square. There is 1 minus, so your answer is minus 42ab. 2 minus, so 2 negatives are there, so it will be positive 14bc. Only 1 minus, so negative 6ac. That's the final answer. You can pause here and repeat the question. It will be perfect. Moving on to question 5 of question, part 5 of question 4. It's again the same thing. We have to expand 3 terms. So we have first term, square of it, square of the second term, square of the third term. Actually, this is repeated because to make you perfect, practicing the new identity, plus 2 times first term times the second term, plus 2 times second term times the third term, plus 2 times first term times the last term, negative 3z, which is equal to 4x squared, negative is cancelled, plus 25y squared plus 9z squared minus, only 1 minus, so 4 times 5, 20y plus, and minus will be minus, 10 times 3, 30yz. Two negatives are there, so positive 12xz. That's your answer. Let's see the last part of the question. Here there is a fraction, that's the only difference. So how to deal with the fractions? Square of the first one, we can say 1 by 4a is a by 4 plus b by 2 square plus 1 square plus 2 times first term times the second term plus 2 times second term times the third term plus 2 times first term by the last term, which is equal to a square by 16 plus b square by 4 plus 1. We have only 1 negative in the next term, so this 2 and this 2 get cancelled. So we have ab negative ab by 4. This 2 and this 2 get cancelled, and we have only b. This 2 and this 4 get cancelled, so we have a by 2. Each term is different from the other, a square, b square, 1, ab, b, a. So each one is different, so we can't simplify this. That's all for question 4. Moving on to question 5, factorize. So we are given the right side of an identity. We have to figure out which identity is this. So we know that we can rewrite 2x power 2 plus 3y power 2 plus 4z power 2. Great. But now we have to look into the negative sign. We have a negative sign wherever you have z. Here there is no negative, there is no z. You have a z, you have negative. You have a z, you have negative. Which means with z we have a negative. So let's rewrite 2 times. First term is 2x multiply 3y plus 2 times, second term is 3y times negative 4z plus 2 times first term times the last term. Let us expand and see, is it the same? Positive 12xy, correct. Negative 6 times 4, 24yz, correct. Plus and minus is minus 16xy. So this is the idea that you have to keep in your mind. Where do we have negative? We have negative here and here. What's common between these two? Z. So wherever you have Z, mark a negative. So the identity will be 2x plus 3y, but with Z we have negative. So that is the identity. And when you factorize, as I told you before, we have to separate them into two brackets. Just repeat them in two brackets. That's all. And we are done. One more question from this. 2x power 2. We need to write in the terms of square. So square root x power 2 will be 2 power 2 plus y power 2 plus what power 2 will give you 8. Let's consider 2 root 2 z power 2. Look at this one. 2 square is 4. Root 2 square is 2. So 4 times 2 is 8. So this is how you get it. 2 root 2 square is 4 times 2, which is equal to 8. So these are the terms. And we can see that wherever you have x, there is a negative sign. So the x term will be negative, then the other two terms will be positive. So let's rewrite 2 times first term times the second term plus 2 times second term times the third term plus 2 times first term times the last term, which is 2 root 2 z. Let us see. Negative, which is here, 2 root 2 xy, correct. And here, 2 times 2 is 4 root 2 yz, correct. And we have a negative, it is here. And 2 times 2 is 4. Root 2 times root 2 is 2. So 4 times 2 is 8 with x and z. So our identity is root 2x, which is negative, plus y plus 2 root 2 z whole square. Or we can just repeat them into brackets, 2 root 2 z and negative root 2x plus y plus 2 root 2 z. That's all for question 5. Moving on to question 6. It's a direct application. X plus y whole power 3. What was the expansion of x plus y whole power 3? X cube plus 3x square y plus 3xy square plus y cube. Or cube of the first term which is 2x power 3 plus 3 times square of the first term times the second term plus 3 times first term times the square of the second term plus cube of the second term, which is equal to 8x cube plus 2 square is 4, 4 times 3 is 12 with x square plus 1 is squared, so 3 times 2 is 6x times 1 is 6x plus 1. That's all. We can't simplify. Power 3, power 2, power 1, and this is in the standard form. Part 2, again, it's in the same form. So the power of the first term, 2a power 3, but we have a negative sign. So plus minus. So 3 times first term times the second term plus 3 times, square. First term times the square of the second term minus cube of the last term or second term, which is equal to 2 power 3 is 8a cube minus 2 square is 4, 4 times 3 is 12, times 3 is 36, a is squared, b is not squared, plus 3 square is 9, 9 times 2 is 18, 18 times 3 is 54, ab square minus is outside, 3b power 3 is 27, b power 3. That's it. We can't simplify this anymore. Let's see what's the next question. Again, we have to power 3. So 3 by 2 power 3, first cube of the first one, plus 3 times square of the first term times the second one plus 3 times first term times the square of the second one plus cube of the second term, which is equal to 27 by 8 x cube plus 9 times 3, 27 divided by 4x square, with 1 is the same number. Again, 1 square will not change. 9 by 2x plus 1. And we can't simplify this anymore. Keep practicing. This will be so easy. There is no hard part in this question at all. Now, the last question of 6. X minus y the whole power 3, which can be written as x cube minus 3 times the square of the first term times the second term plus 3 times first term times the square of the second term minus the cube of the next term, which will be equal to x cube minus this 3 and this 3 get cancelled. So we have 2x square y plus 2 square is 4 divided by 9 and can be cancelled with one of the 3. So 1 3 will stay. 4 divided by 3 xy square minus 2 cube is 8 and 3 cube is 27 y cube. Don't forget, all of them should be cubed. 2 cubed, 3 cubed, y cubed. That's all for question 6. Moving to question 7, evaluate means get the value. 99 power 3 can be written as 100 minus 1 power 3. Again, it is in the form of x minus y power 3, which is equal to x cube plus minus, again plus, again minus. So let's rewrite. 100 power 3 minus 3 times 100 square, so 4 zeros, times 1 plus 3 times 100 times 1 square minus 1 cubed, which is equal to minus 30,000 plus 300 minus 1, which will be equal to, we can rewrite this is 100 plus 2 power 3, which is equal to cube of the first term plus 3 times square of the second term, so 4 zeros, times the second term plus 3 times the first term times the second term square plus cube of the second term, which is equal to cube of the first term. We have 1, 2, 3 plus 60,000 plus 4 times 3 is 1200 plus 8, which will give you 8021601. Okay, so it will be 10,61,208. Let's see the next question, which is 1000 minus 2. So we can rewrite 1000 minus 2 power 3, which is equal to 1000 power 3 is, repeat 3 zeros 3 times, minus 3 times square of 1000 will be repeated with 6 zeros times 2 plus 3 times 1000 times 2 square is 4 minus 8, which will be 994011992. Just a matter of calculation. You can take the positive signs together and then negative signs. Moving on to question 8. It is to factorize the number. First of all, you need to see the identity. This identity can be rewritten as 2a power 3 plus b power 3 plus 3 times first square of the first term times the second plus 3 times first term times the square of the second term. That's it, because you have the last term here. Yes, it is correct, because 2 times 2 is 4 times 3, 12, a square b. 2 times 3 is 6, ab square. So this is the expansion of first term plus the second term whole power 3. Or we can rewrite 2a plus b, 2a plus b, 2a plus b. Because we are asked to write the factorize, so we have to write all the 3 terms. Again, this is clear that there will be a minus. So we can rewrite 2a power 3 minus b power 3 minus 3 times square of the first term. So 2a power 2 times the second term plus 3 times first term times the square of the second term. Yeah, this is matching. So we can say first term is 2a minus b power 3. Or we can rewrite 2a minus b, 2a minus b times 2a minus b. This is the factorization of this question. Again, 27 can be written as, all this will be easy for you once you memorize the squares from 1 to 20 and cubes from 1 to 10. Please do that. So 3 power 3 minus 5a power 3 minus 3 times square of the first term times the second term plus 3 times first term times the square of the second term. Let's see, is it matching or not? 3 times 9 is 27 times 5, which is 135. Yes, correct. 5 square is 25 times 3 is 75 times 3 is okay. So this is first term minus second term power 3, which can be written as 3 minus 5a, 3 minus 5a, again times 3 minus 5a. That's it. Moving on to part 4 of question 8. Again, we can rewrite 64 is 8 power 2, but we need power 3. So which is excellent. It is 4a power 3 minus 3b power 3. And let's rewrite. Minus 3 times first term square times the second term plus first term times square of the second term. Does it match? 3 square is 9. 9 times 4 is 36 times 3 is 108. Correct. 4 square is 16. 16 times 3 is 48 times 3 is 144. So the terms are 4a and 3b with a minus. So our factors are 4a minus 3b times 4a minus 3b times 4a minus 3b. Great. Now the second part of the last part of question 8, we can rewrite 27p is 3p power 3 minus 1 by 216 is 6 power 3. Let's try the next term. 3 times first term square times the second term plus 3 times first term times the second term square. Now, 6 square is 36. Here we have 9, so we have only 4 left. Yes, it's correct. 3 and 6 get cancelled, so we have 2. 9 divided by 2 is here, so it is matching. So the first term is 3p and the second term is negative 1 by 6p power 3. We can write 3p minus 1 by 6, 3p minus 1 by 6 times 3p minus 1 by 6. That's all. Now question 9. Verify that this is the answer of x cube minus y cube. So let's write, this is the LHS and this is the RHS. Taking from the RHS, what do we have? Let's expand. First term with the first, second, and third. So we have x with x square is x power 3 minus x and x is x square with y plus x with y square is xy square. We finished the first term. Now let's do the same thing with the second term. Y and x square is x square y. Plus and minus is minus. y xy. So it is xy square plus and plus y cube. X square y minus x square y plus x square y get cancelled. Minus xy square and this get cancelled. So x cube plus y cube. Yes, this is our LHS. So we have proved it. Now the next part of the same question is with a negative sign. Again, first, second, third. So RHS will give you x cube plus x square y, x with xy square is xy square minus yx square or x square y. We can write x square y minus and plus is minus xy square, minus and plus will be negative y cube. X square y positive, x square y negative. Xy square positive, xy square negative. So we are left with x cube minus y cube, which was the LHS. So these two are verified. That's all for this period. And let's move on to the homework. Expand x minus y power 3. So it is x cube minus 3x square y plus 3xy square plus, minus y cube. Just apply this identity and we'll get the answer. That's all for today. Thanks for watching and have a wonderful day.